Good morning, everyone. Again, I think I told you guys on Tuesday that I would not be here today. So, again, I know it's a very, very inconvenient time for me to not be here. It being the first day of the school year, where everyone is in here for the whole length of time. I kind of struggled with what I was going to do today. So, I finally decided this. One, going through the syllabus is always kind of a bore. Um, and but it's quite simple. So we're going to do that. I'm going to go through the syllabus, and then at the end of the syllabus, you're going to go grab a Chromebook, and you're going to go to the code that's at the bottom, and I'm going to talk about that in just a few minutes. It's on the bottom of the back page, and you're going to log in at that time. Don't do it before. It'll be time stamped. You're not supposed to have your phones out anyways, so you are to use the Chromebooks here in just a few minutes to do that. So everyone wait until that point. Again, the new policy about the phones is in effect, and I will be talking more about that when we're together, probably sometime next week. Tomorrow, the plan is for us to go through the pacing guide, which is very specific for sales, and it kind of is, it's awesome in that you can kind of see what's due every day, or at least every week, and get a really good idea on, kind of what to expect as far as the assignments that are due, and then, of course, when those are going to be turned in. So, mathematical reasoning for decision making is the name of this class. I've already kind of told you guys real briefly on Tuesday that it's all computer based, and you kind of work on your own pace. Even though I give you that pacing guide, you can go faster. Can't go slower. If you go slower, then obviously we start having some issues. Also, I'm here to facilitate. I know I'm not here today, so it's hard for me to say that, but I'm here to facilitate. So when you guys struggle, I'm here to help you. I teach math, so this content is definitely something that I can explain to you guys and kind of get you guys headed in the right direction when you need me. So it's going to be a great year. I hope that you're looking forward to it. Going through the syllabus is going to be pretty quick, pretty easy. So let me go ahead and begin. First of all, this is room 135. The phone number that's here is not my personal phone number. This is the school's phone. If your parents need to call and leave a message with the office ladies, they're more than welcome to. But the best way to contact me would be through email. So costellob@k12coffee.net. I try to keep my emails cleaned out. So as soon as a parent emails me, I try to respond. So that would be the ideal way for them to contact me, to reach out to me if they have any questions. One of the things that your parents are going to struggle with a little bit is that this class doesn't receive midterm grades. It doesn't even receive 9-week grades. You actually will not receive a grade for this class until your very, very last report card. So obviously, if you finish the class, you will get the average of all of the assignments, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. So whatever it all accumulates to, that will be your grade. And if you fail this class, if you don't finish it, which we have not had anyone do in the last couple of years, then your grade would be failing. So it's kind of a pass-fail, but you will receive a grade at the very, very end. So it's weird because you're going to see a blank spot in your MRDM class for the entire year until the very, very end. And some people, parents especially, it kind of stresses them out, but that's how this class works. So if they ever have questions about how you're progressing, tell them to email me, come by and visit, call the office, and I'll get in contact with them. So as you can see, you can read this. I'm not going to read it to you guys. Our focus is, and I like this word right here, the focus of this class is trying to make applications to the real world. That's really its goal. This is meant to be a senior level class to kids who may not just absolutely love math, and therefore, as you're going out, to try to take some of the applicable math that might help you in the real world that you guys are all about to start living in. So this is through a variety of different things. It works good for those who are planning on going on into military or the workforce, or even those that are thinking about going somewhere, like a CTAC or whatever class or school. So, if I said that right. So, here is the specific topics. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 different, I guess you could call them units, if you will. Some of them you'll go super fast, like this mathematical reasoning for decision making as an everyday skill. You'll go through this super fast. Then this financial literacy will be a little bit slower. That should get us through the first 9 weeks almost. Again, there's some overlap because it's not all due until the very end. The second 9 weeks, you know what? I went in the wrong direction. I apologize. Second 9 weeks is the algebra for the real world. Third 9 weeks will be geometries everywhere. So my apologies. Those should actually have been flipped. I thought we were going bang, 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 but I guess we went bang, 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 bang. So my bad on that. And then the fourth 9 weeks, you'll wrap it up with statistics. And then the what's next is going to be a little bit more hands-on type of stuff, a little bit newer because it wasn't all stuff that we did last year. So that what's next is going to be new for you and for me. But I promise you, before you get there, I will have long done it so I can help you along the way. So you can read this on your own. You guys are seniors. I don't want to take you guys on a reading journey. Y'all can do this on your own. So let's go on down to the second page on the back of that one. And again, the materials. Listen, in all seriousness, if you had scratch paper, that most of the time is enough with the type of problems that we do. I'm a big, kind of an organized kind of guy. I think that if you have everything organized, it's going to help you out, especially when it comes time for tests, when we're going to do a unit test, to have some of those things that you've done along the way during that unit to kind of go back to and look at. I think it's a big help. So I would definitely recommend a 3-ring binder. You don't have to have a special one for this class. If you want to throw a divider in another class's binder and have some paper, and then you obviously should always be in class with a pencil. The $5 math fee, to be honest, I don't push that hardcore. We purchase things like batteries for our calculators with that, printer, ink for our printers, just a variety of things. We utilize math fee money to purchase that. All right, here's the stuff that you're interested in. Here is how, at the very, very end, as I put right here, so show your parents this, accumulated grade given at the end of the year. Okay, let them see that. Make sure they don't get stressed out that whenever your first 9 weeks comes along and you get your report card and MRDM is blank, they don't freak out, okay? I will always share with them if they need to where your progress is. But, you won't get a grade until the very end. So maybe that's a good thing for you guys. Maybe not, but anyhow. The homework lessons are worth 15%. The D2L lessons, and again, we're going to talk more about that, is 20%. That personal financial plan that I told you guys about in class on Tuesday, that is really good. This one's really good. Honestly, I'm not even just like, it's good. Honestly, I built my own, and I've been a money planner for a very long time. Like I'm a big believer in having money, when I retire. And I actually threw my financial plan out the window and did this one and absolutely loved it. It just deals with so many different categories, places where you spend money you don't even sometimes think of. So we're gonna actually pay very close attention to this. I'm gonna grade this one very specifically for your effort, and we'll again talk about this one. This business financial plan right here, also worth 5%. This is the one I told you guys that I don't like as much. So I will help you guys through that one. So far we're at 15, 35, 40, 45. 45% of your grade is based on exams. Now listen, that might stress you out because maybe you're a terrible test taker. Here's the beauty of this. Well, you can decide if it's beauty. In order to move on past these assignments, you have to make an 80. Okay, you have to make an 80. If you don't make an 80, it's not completed. For exams, in order to move past that exam and go to the next module, you have to make a 70, okay? A 70. So at the end of the year, when you start thinking of like, oh, dang, 45% of my grade's going to be my exam, well, it's not a huge deal because it will have to be above 70 or you wouldn't even have gotten to move on. So the beauty of this year is they really have worked hard on the program. So when you take an exam, they let me go over the actual test problems. Last year I could not. Last year, so many of the questions were just repeated the next time you took the test. So I couldn't even show you guys what you missed. I could kind of talk people through it a little bit, but I couldn't really show them. This year I can show you. And secondly, they have given you guys, the program itself has given you the ability to actually get a review based on what you missed. So it's actually kind of a smart review where it takes your results from your exams and it builds a review that's catered specifically to you and to what you missed. So when you go back through that review, it will really pinpoint what you struggled with on the previous test, which I think is really, really good. I'm eager to see how that's gonna pan out. And then of course this RFI, this is the stuff that we didn't do last year. This is gonna be new to you and me, okay? But this is what we'll wrap up, and that's actually worth 10% of your grade. So there it is, y'all. You add all that up, that's 100%. That's how your grade will be accumulated. To get past these, you have to make an 80. To get past this, you have to make a 70. And then, of course, this is an 80 as well. So if you take an 80 in all of those and this one, and you take a 70 in this one, there's zero way you fail this class, zero. The only way you fail this class is if you don't complete everything. And we've got a good plan. This is your senior year. You've got all class time. You will finish. Okay, you will finish. So a couple things just about the classroom. One, tardiness. I expect you to be in here on time. First period, listen to me closely, first period. And I'll repeat this. If you are not in the classroom when the bell rings, I will send you back to the office. And I know that's annoying for some of you guys. And listen, inevitably, there will be a moment where someone is 10 feet from our classroom and the bell it finishes its ring, its last tone. If you're not in the classroom as that last tone is going off, I will send you back to the front office to get a tardy slip. Okay? We all have the same ability to get here on time. I know that sometimes things do come up, but That's why you're given a certain amount of tardies, because sometimes things do come up. So I expect you to be in your classroom when that bell rings. For second and fifth period, you guys who are in my second and fifth period, second, pretty easy. When the bell dings, when it's over, you need to be in the classroom. Fifth period's a little bit more tricky. We'll be discussing that because I know every one of you guys will be coming from the lunchroom, and some of you guys like to eat your lunch, wait till your lunchtime is done, and then you like to go get you a drink in the business office or the business area, and then you come dragging in. That will not be allowed. So there will be a certain time frame that you're expected to be in the classroom, okay? Listen, this is a laid-back class as far as what happens in here. You are going to finish a lot of these assignments quickly, okay? Some of them, literally, you'll answer 7 questions and it'll be done, and they're not even hard. So some of this you'll move very quickly. So I recommend, and I don't know how I got on this, but I recommend that you stay right on top of everything. You never get behind. If you never get behind, I'm never going to have to bother you. I'm never going to have to contact a parent. I'm never going to have to put you guys in lunch detention or in whatever I would have to do to get you guys activated. It can be very, very, very laid back, this class can. If not, if you just refuse to do your work, then we'll have to deal with that. But hopefully that's not going to happen. As far as the restroom, locker passes, I don't even know if people have locker passes. I give you 3 every 9 weeks. Once you get to the third one, it starts just to become too much. Okay, be smart. And listen, this unused passes can be turned in for extra credit into each 9 weeks. That's I left that on there on accident. I can't give this class extra credit. That's just not how it works. It's all accumulated on the program. So just ignore that. You're going to have 3 each 9 weeks. So use them smart. This is not going to be a revolving door of coming in and out whenever you want. So sleeping in class in appropriate languages, again, slight adjustment. This is, not to the inappropriate language. No adjustment. I don't cuss. I expect you guys to be a little more classy when you're here in the school building, especially in my classroom. So not permitted at all. If I overhear it in your side conversations with your peers and your classmates, it will be a problem. Sleeping in class, I'm not quite as hardcore about. And I say that because, there's going to be times where you're ahead. And if you are ahead and you come in one morning or you come in one fifth period class time and it's like, I'm wore out, tired, and I'm going to take a nap, I'm way ahead. I'm not going to have a problem with that, okay? So I know that sounds crazy for me to sit here and say, I don't mind you sleeping in class. But because of the nature of this class, because of the fact that I'm not standing in front of you guys instructing, and you're working at your own pace, and sometimes your pace is way ahead, hey, listen, read a book, scroll on the computer, on the internet. We're not going to be using our phones. Do an assignment for another class. This could be kind of like a study hall when that happens, or take a little nap if you need to. I'm not going to be, like I said, it's a little more laid back. But as far as the inappropriate language, that is not permitted at all. No exceptions, okay? And that especially is taking God's name in vain. Maybe it's not offensive to you, but it is in here, and it's my classroom, so not to happen. All right, cell phones, electronic devices. We've talked about this. No cell phones, no headphones or earbuds, except if, listen to this carefully, except if you have wired earbuds connected to a computer, okay, to a Chromebook. honestly, you really kind of need to do that. There are some videos that you'll need to watch. So you'll need some AirPods. I don't know if I'm even saying that right. AirPods. They're not buds, right? They're pods. No, I guess you need you need the ones that are wired that you can connect into the Chromebooks. And in all seriousness, if you don't have a pair of those, I will be providing them because, again, there are some videos that you will be watching as part of the class. But the cell phones will not be used in class, okay? They will not be used in class. They're not to be out on your desk. They're not to be out where you're just scrolling. And we'll talk about this a little bit more later. Here's a caveat. If you get behind, your cell phone will be on my desk, okay? So take that how you will. We're not going to have cell phones out on our desk. We're not going to have them out visible where it's clear if anybody were to walk into this room that you're on your phone. But if it is out on your desk or I see you using it, it'll be on my desk. Or if you get behind in this classroom, it will be on my desk for the entire class period. Okay? Not until you've caught up, but for the entire class period. It'll be on my desk. So I do that because, again, I need you guys to stay on pace. Okay? It's not a hard class. If you get behind, you've worked pretty hard at doing very little. So when that happens, those phones will come up to my desk. Listen, we have promised higher education institutions that our sales completers are held to the standard of a college course. Violations of academic integrity undermine the validity of our program and the sales course itself. We must be able to guarantee that students demonstrate mastery of the skills through proctored tests. This is the single most important piece of our course. Without it, the sales course is not valid, and we do not have actual student success. We will talk more about this later, but listen, when you take a test, you will be moving close to me. You'll be sitting in a seat close to me. If we are having kind of a mass test day where everybody's taking tests, you'll be watched when you're taking a test. There is to be no cheating. There's to be no searching the answers on your Chromebook. There are reviews. There are step-by-step instructions on how you can prepare for these tests. You should have paid attention during the process of doing all the lessons. If you just cheat your way through those, then you're probably going to have no idea. But there will be no cheating on the test. I will be watching, and we will ensure that there is no cheating. In fact, one of those that ensure that there's no cheating is, again, when you're taking tests, your phones are not just to be put away. Your phones are going to be on my desk, just to make sure you're not Mathway or whatever all those are. We're not doing it. So if you have questions about this syllabus, we can talk about this. You are welcome to ask me questions tomorrow. But that is the extent of MRDM, mathematical reasoning for decision making. Now, the last piece of information here is on the Google Classroom. So at this time, I want you to go get the Chromebooks. You still have about 20 minutes in class, so you have plenty of time to do your first assignment. And your first assignment is to log into Google Classroom, to join this class, and all three of these periods are in the same class, but join this Google Classroom and you'll do the student information sheet that has been posted there. So spend the rest of the time filling that out correctly, giving me the information that I've asked for, and once you're done with that, you are welcome to put the Chromebooks away and take a breather for the last part of this class. Hey, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful first day of your school, of your senior year. Listen, this class can be great if you stay on top of things. I'll never bother you. It'll be a great period of the day for you, because some days you'll have an opportunity to get ahead in some other things, in some other classes. So I hope y'all have a great first day. I'll see you tomorrow.